Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are planning to apply for US tourist visa, you need to fill DS-160 visa application form. In this video, I'll tell you a step by step on how to fill DS-160 visa application form. It is important that you fill your DS-160 visa application form correctly because any mistake in your DS-160 visa application could cost you your US tourist visa. So in this tutorial, I'll show you step by step how you can fill DS-160 visa correctly. Let's start. First thing that I want you to do is that open your browser and type DS-160. Click on this link, online non-immigrant visa application. So this is the section from where we apply for US visa. This part is about the location from where you are applying. So let's say for the purpose of this video, I'm applying from New Delhi, India. So I'll select India, New Delhi. And now this section, you type the code that is shown below. And as you can click here, start an application. You can read this, agree to it, scroll down. So you need to keep a record of this application ID. In case the system throws you out, you can log back in using this application ID. So if there are some technical issues with the system, this can throw you out and you will be logged out of this application. So you need to use your application ID and you need to remember the question, the security question that you are going to answer now. So let's say that I want to give the security question. Continue. Now this section is your personal information section. It is asking you for your surname and it is asking you for your given name, which is your first name. For the purpose of this video, let's assume my name is Shah Rukh Khan. So my surname will be Khan and my given name, which is my first name, will be Shah Rukh. So for some of you, you may not have your surname written in on your passport. If that is the case, you need to write your given name as your surname, because for the US visa purpose, surname is mandatory. So if you have only one name on your passport and that is your given name, you can write your given name in surname section, and in given name section you can write FNU. This is only for those who do not have their surname mentioned on their passport. Moving ahead, full name in native alphabet. This will not apply to most Indians. Have you ever used other names? Again, this will not apply to many people. But let us say that somebody has changed their name, so they can select yes. So maybe some women change their name after marriage, so they can select yes and they can write their name in other given name used. Do you have a telecode that represents your name? Again, for most Indians, this will be no. Sex, male. Marital status, single. Date and place of birth, this should match with what is shown on your passport. So let's say Shah Rukh Khan date of birth is 1st January. City, let's say Kolkata. Province, West Bengal. Country, India. Again, so as I have said, this can log you out. There are some technical glitch because of which the system can throw you out. That is why it is important that whenever you fill your details, you should save, continue application. Next. Now this question is asking you about your nationality. My nationality is India. I do not hold any other nationality other than India, so I'll select no. I'm not a permanent resident of any country other than India, so I'll select no. I do not have any national identification number. Some people would have told you to fill your Aadhaar card details here, which you can. But Aadhaar is not a national identification number, but if you want, you can update your Aadhaar details here. It is fine. If you do not update Aadhaar details here, that is fine too. US Social Security number. For most of us, this will not be the case. Taxpayer ID number, again, for most of us, this will not be applicable. But if you have been to US before and if you have a social security number, you can update your social security number and taxpayer ID number. And again, save it, because again, as I've said, it can throw you out. Continue application. Next. This section is your travel information section. First question is asking you your purpose of trip to the US. I'm applying tourist visa. I'm applying B1, B2 visa. So my purpose is temporary business pleasure visitor. And the visa that I'm going to apply is business and tourism B1, B2 visa. Have you made specific travel plans? I have not made a specific travel plans, and it is not important for you to have a specific travel plan. It is not required. So next question they will ask you is intended date of arrival. So this is a tentative date when you plan to arrive in US. You do not need to have a specific plan. That is all right. So let's say that my intended date of arrival is 5 months from now. Let's say my intended date of arrival is 1st Jan 2024, and I want to stay for 10 days. So I'll select days. So if you do not have any address in the US where you will be staying, that is perfectly fine. This address could be address of the hotel also where you plan to stay. So let us say that you plan to visit New York. So you can give address of any hotel in New York. So let us say that I want to visit any hotel, Americana Hotel. Americana Inn. So this is one hotel in Manhattan. So you can just type Americana Inn on Google, get the address for this hotel. So and fill this. Hotel booking is not required. This is something that you're planning to do. You have not done yet. And if you already have an address in mind where you will be staying, that is really good. You can give that address. Travel companion. Are there other persons traveling with you? No. Save. Continue application. Have you ever been in the US? No. Have you ever been issued a US visa? No. Have you ever been refused a US visa? No. In my situation, let us say that you have been refused a US visa. So you should select yes, and then you need to give explanation why your US visa was previously refused. Again, if you need my help, my Instagram handle is there. You can reach out to me. And if you want me to fill your visa application form, if you do not want to take the stress of going through all these details, you can take my help. I can fill your visa application for you. Now on to the next question. Has a has anyone ever filed an immigrant petition on your behalf? No. For most of us, all these questions will be no. Click on save. Continue application. Next. This is your address section. So your home address, what I basically advise people is to give your address that is mentioned on your passport. So let's say that my address mentioned on my passport is this. Country India. So this question is your mailing address the same as home address? So it can be same, it can be different. If your mailing address is different from your home address, if you want them to send you any communication on a different address, maybe this could be the address where you are presently staying, and your home address could be the address which is your kind of permanent address, the address that is on your passport. So mailing address, you should always give the address where you are currently staying, so if any communication comes, you can receive that. So let's say my mailing address is same as my home address, but if it is different for you, you can click on no and you can give your mailing address. Primary phone number. So give your phone number that you're using currently. Secondary phone number, any other alternative phone number that you have, give that phone number. I'll not be giving it. Work phone number, You can give, I will not be giving it. Have you used any other phone number in the last 5 years? So this is asking if you have used any other phone number other than this phone number that you have already mentioned. You need to select yes and you need to give that phone number. In my case, let us say that I have not used any other phone number other than that one, so I'll select no. Email address, so you need to give your email address. Again, similar kind of question. If you have used any other email address in the last 5 years, select yes, otherwise select no. So no, let us say that this was the only email address that I have, so I'll select no. Do you have a social media presence? So if you are on Facebook, if you are on Instagram, if you are on LinkedIn, you need to select those over here, and you need to give the social media identifier over here. So you can write your name over here, or you can copy the link. For example, for your go to your Instagram, copy this link and just paste it over here. This is not my Instagram link, so I'm not pasting the correct link over here. You need to paste your Instagram link or your LinkedIn link or your Facebook link. So this is just for the purpose of this example. So if any platform that you are on online, and if it is not mentioned on this social media platform list, you need to say yes, and you need to give details about that platform over here. Most of us, I think this will be no. Click on save and click on continue application. Next. Now this is your passport information section. So this is very easy. Generally it is regular for most of us. Give your passport number. Passport book number for Indians, this will be does not apply. Where was the passport travel document issued? So this will be mentioned on your passport itself. So let's say my passport was issued in Kolkata. It is state is West Bengal and country is India. Issue date, again this will be mentioned on your passport. Expiry date, that will be mentioned on your passport as well. Have you ever lost a passport or had one stolen? Answer it honestly. If you lost your passport, select yes. If not, select no. Save. Continue application. Next, US contact. So this section is about your US point of contact information. So it can be any individual or any organization, if you know. In situations where you do not know anyone, you can give name of any store, company, or any place that you plan to visit. So let us say that you plan to visit Disney World. So you can type Disney World here. Relationship to you, other, and then you can give Disney World address over here. So again, you can Google Disney World, you will get details about Disney World, you will get address of Disney World, and you can mention it over here. So let's say the address is 123 Orlando, city Orlando, state Florida. So fill these details, save it, continue application. Next. Now this section is about your parents. So first is about your father full name and date of birth. Second is about your mother's full name and date of birth. So write your father full name, surname here. So let us say surname is Khan, given name is Ibrahim, date of birth is let's say 1970. My father is not in the US, so I'll select no. Mother, let's say surname is Khan, given name is Mariam, date of birth is let's say 1971. Mother in the US, no. Do you have any immediate relatives, not including parents, in the United States? So it is asking any immediate relative. Important word is immediate. So if you have any close relatives in US, select yes, and then you need to give their detail. And there could be lot of question on this when you go for your US visa interview. Generally it is not recommended to give details about your distant relatives, but if your immediate relatives are in the US, then you need to mention it over here. So if not, select no. And do you have any other relatives in the United States? No. Save. Continue application. Next. Now this question is asking you about your occupation, what work you do. If you are a student, you can select a student. If you are a homemaker, if you are a housewife, you can select homemaker. If you are in government service, you can select government. Similarly, you can look into these and select your occupation. Let us say you are an accountant, so you should select other. And let us say you are audit accountant, so you just type audit accountant. Let us say you are working for ABC, type ABC. So this is your employer name. If you have selected a student, then this will be your school name. Street address. So let us say street address is ABC 123D. A start date when you started job at this place ABC, your employer. So let us say I started this 2023, 1st Jan 2023. Monthly income in local currency. Local currency is Indian rupees in this case. So if you're applying from any other country, let us say that if you're applying from UAE, then it will be dirham. Similarly, if you are applying from any other country, you need to give the local currency. Local currency, let us say my monthly salary is 60,000. Briefly describe your duties. So as an accountant, let us say I do audit or something like that. So you need to mention and describe what duties you perform at your job, and then save it. Continue application. Next. Now this question is asking you where you previously employed. So if you have work experience before this job that we have already mentioned as an audit, for example, so if you have worked before this as well, you need to select yes, and then you need to give detail of that job as well. But if you have not worked any other job and the only one that you worked you have already mentioned, then select no. Have you attended any educational institution at a secondary level or above? Secondary level or above in this situation is class 10 and above. But I have seen people giving their BCom, their BA, and not giving details about their class 10 and 12, and that is fine. They do not look into that. So if you can give your BCom, and if you have done MCom, for example, you can give your MCom detail, and that should be sufficient. So have you attended? Yes. Name of institution, let's say it's University Calcutta. Street address 123 GHI. Course of study, let's say it was BCom. Date of attendance, let us say it was 2017 till 2020. Save it. Continue application. Next. Do you belong to a clan or tribe? For most it will be no. Provide a list of languages you speak. So I speak Hindi, I speak Urdu, and obviously I speak the language that I'm making this video, English. So now this question is very important. Have you traveled to any country region within the last 5 years? If you have traveled to any other country, this is your chance to show it to them that you have previously traveled to other countries as well, and there is no reason why your US visa should be refused. So if let us say you have traveled to countries in Europe, so it will increase your chance of getting US visa. So if you have good travel history, obviously your chances of getting this visa increases. So you can say, for example, let us say that you have been to Bulgaria. So just type this. If not, select no. Have you belonged to, contributed to Worked for any professional, social, charitable organization? No. Any, do you have any specialized skills related to nuclear, biological, chemical experience? No. Ever served in military? No. So read these questions. These questions will be different for different individuals. So based on if it is applicable or to you or not, answer it honestly and truthfully. Have you ever served member of any vigilante group, any insurgent organization? No. Continue application. Next. So this is again security and background related question. Do you have any communicable disease? So read out the list of the disease that is mentioned over here. No. Do you have a mental or physical disorder that could pose a threat? No. Were you a drug abuser or addict? No. Continue application. Next. Have you ever been arrested or convicted for any offense? No. Have you ever violated or engaged in a conspiracy to violate? No. Are you coming to US to engage in prostitution? No. Have you ever been involved in money laundering? No. Have you conspired to commit human trafficking? No. Have you ever aided, abetted individual who has committed human trafficking? No. Are you just a spouse, son, daughter of somebody who has committed human trafficking? No. Save. Continue application. Next. Now again some more questions. So again this will be different for different people. Read it and answer it honestly. Espionage, sabotage? No. Terrorist activities? No. Any financial assistance to terrorists? No. Member of any terrorist organization? No. As children of somebody who has been terrorist or engaged in something like that? No. Ordered, incited genocide? No. Have you committed or participated in torture? No. Committed, ordered any other act of violence? No. Engaged in recruitment of child soldiers? No. Served in as a government official in doing something which is violation of religious freedom? No. Directly involved in establishment of sterilization against somebody's will? No. Have you ever been directly involved in transplantation of human organ or bodily issue? No. Save it. Continue application. And next. Have you ever sought to obtain US visa by any fraud or willful misrepresentation? No. Have you ever been removed or deported from any other country? No. Save it. Continue application. Next. Again some more background security related question. So have you ever withheld custody of a US citizen child? No. Have you ever voted in US in violation of any law or regulation? No. So this will be no for most of you, because if you have never been outside India, let us say, if you have never been to US, then this question will not be applicable to you. But again, this could be yes for some people, so read it and answer it honestly. Have you ever renounced US state citizenship for the purpose of avoiding taxation? No. Save. Continue application. Next. Review. So we are done with our application. So this is the stage where we review whatever details we have filled, and this is important because you do not want to be making mistake in your visa application form. So I'll suggest take a minute, take 2 minutes, take 5 minutes, go through it, review it carefully, click on next. So this is again, click on next, keep reading it, keep reviewing it, click on next, click on next, click on next. These are all security background related questions. Next. Sign and submit. So did anyone assist you in filling out this application? So if you are filling it on by yourself, select no. Enter your passport number, enter the code that is shown, DDXRD, sign and submit the application. Next. confirmation. There you go. This is how you fill your visa application. So now you can print this confirmation. This is something that you need to carry with yourself when you go for your visa interview. It is mentioned you must bring the confirmation page along with your passport or any other document. Generally, you need to only carry your confirmation page and your passport, but you can carry other documents as well. Like for example, any proof of fund and any other document that you think that visa officer could ask or that can increase your chance of getting visa. For example, if you are going to US on a business visit, maybe you are going to attend some conference, and if you have got a letter as an invitation from that conference, you can carry that letter and you can talk about that conference in your visa interview. And if any at any given minute, if they ask you something about that conference, you can forward your letter to them. So print that confirmation. You can print the application that we have filled. So this is the application, you can print it. You can go back to confirmation page and you can also email that confirmation. So do you want to send your confirmation to an additional email address? No. So you can just click on email confirmation. So this is it. Next video I'll talk about other things related to US visa as well, and I'll also make videos on Canada visa, UK visa, immigration to UK, immigration to Canada, immigration to US. There are a lot of things that I will be covering on this channel, so make sure that you subscribe. And obviously, if this seems too much to you, you can always reach out to me. I can fill this visa application for you. Also, if you want to have one-on-one session with me, reach out to me. We can have one-on-one session. Thank you so much.